In the current landscape, what's typically a good path for practice growth using digital marketing?
Well, first, I think it's important to kind of audit where you currently are, right? Because uh, most organizations, most practices are going to have a website, for instance, or maybe some level of digital marketing. Maybe they have a Facebook page or whatnot. So we want to kind of inventory everything you currently have, right? But one thing that I often see is I see that these the websites are maybe not built the way they should be, or maybe they were built, by the organization themselves early on. They didn't have a budget for anything, whatnot. But it's important to make sure that you really have that professional look and feel on the website, right? That you have really good branding because that is the foundation of all your digital efforts. So first thing we want to do is kind of audit that, make sure that you have that strong foundation. From there, we typically like to spiral it out as to what's going to be most effective for your budget. So, for instance, SEO is extremely effective in the long term, right? Especially if you're involved heavily in the local community. SEO is really going to help people find you locally when they search for your particular type of service. So you can outrank your competitors on the search engines and be the guy that shows up. Now, if you're looking for instance, more patients more quickly, sometimes we can do an ad campaign, right? And ad campaigns, and sometimes we do this in conjunction with the SEO because the ad campaigns typically create some buzz and they create a lot more activity, and they directly can influence how many phone calls you're getting, get you more patients. But at the same time, it can help other channels such as SEO by helping create more buzz depending on how the ads are being done. Um, Simultaneously, it's usually good to do social media as well. Some people like to do that in-house, and I think, frankly, optimally, it's best to do in-house if you have the time, which is frankly the issue, right? If you're spending 8 to 5 in appointments with patients, it's really hard for you to then get on Facebook or LinkedIn or whatever social channel and just start plugging away. So we do have options for that as well. But social can be really effective at helping your outreach in the community and frankly getting you to some appointments directly as well. So, um, but one other thing too that I'd really focus on with people, and this is usually part of SEO, but I really want to urge you to focus on getting reviews, because Google reviews in particular are very important and are becoming even more important in the age of Google and AI mode.
Yeah, I might have a website that's structurally very well and looks good, but it's missing certain SEO components that is going to make a big impact fairly quickly. It could be that the website, maybe it looks good, but there's a lot of structural issues with it, technical issues when it comes to search engine optimization that you might need to start with having a new website created because that's going to help with the SEO side of things. And then, also taking a look at it and maybe SEO isn't the right fit for your budget right now. It's not always the right solution. A lot of times it is, but for some companies, sometimes it's advertising is where they're going to see the biggest return as opposed to, the SEO for a variety of reasons. Maybe they don't actually have an office location. Maybe it's a mobile, hearing clinic that they're just having a service area business. Those are all things that I think you need to take a look at and run a good, you know, diag diagnostics on the website and on the overall marketing on the different channels and find the right opportunities to start with to see where you're going to have the biggest return.